Welcome to the Upgrading Courier Lite Firmware video. This video will demonstrate how to load new firmware into a USR 5686G-Pro modem or a USR 845686G-Pro modem. The topics covered in this video are the requirements for the flashing process, checking the modem's current firmware version, getting the flash loader application and the new firmware, uploading firmware to the modem, verifying the upgrade, and finishing steps. First, there are a few requirements before you can get started. You'll need a Windows computer with a web browser, internet access, and a terminal emulation application such as HyperTerminal or PuTTY or RealTerm or TerraTerm, for example. The computer must have a serial port, and you'll need a serial cable that has a 9-pin female connector on one end and a 25-pin male connector on the other. If your computer doesn't have a serial port, you can convert the computer's USB port into a serial port with a USB to serial cable. Next, check the modem's current firmware version. To access the modem's user interface, connect the modem to the computer using the serial cable. On the modem, set the dip switches so only 3, 5, and 8 are on. Power up the modem by connecting the included power supply to the modem's power port and to a power source, and move the modem's power switch to the on position. Then open a terminal application. Set the terminal to any baud rate and select the COM number of the serial port. You can use Windows Device Manager to determine which COM number your computer assigned to the serial port. Verify that the terminal settings are correct by typing AT and pressing Enter. The modem should respond with OK. Enter the ATI7 command to display the modem's current firmware version. The supervisor rev shows the modem's current firmware version. Flashing firmware into the Courier Lite modem is done by a flash loader application that runs on Windows. So now, download the flash loader along with the new firmware from the USR website. Use an Ethernet cable or Wi-Fi to connect the computer to the LAN for access to the Internet, and open a web browser. Navigate the web browser to www.usr.com/support/5686G-Pro. Select your location so you can access the firmware files appropriate for your region. Now, on the USR support web page, find the latest firmware. In this demonstration, I'll update the modem with version 1.0.3 firmware. Click the link to download the firmware file to the computer. Remember the version number of the new firmware, and remember where the file is saved. The file will have a .zip extension, and it contains the flash loader application and the new modem firmware. Use Windows Explorer to unzip the file. Now, upload the firmware to the modem. Close the terminal application so the flash loader can access the COM port. Windows doesn't allow two applications to concurrently access a COM port. Run the flash loader application. Navigate to the new firmware file Select it and click Open. The flash loader will search the computer's COM ports for the Courier Lite modem. There must not be another active modem on any of the computer's other COM ports. Once the flash loader finds the modem, it will upload the firmware. When the upload is complete, close the flash loader. Now that the flash process is complete, verify the upgrade. The i7 display confirms that the modem now has version 1.0.3 firmware. If there's no other settings to change, close the terminal, power the modem off, and unplug the serial cable from the modem and the computer. For more details about the Courier Lite modem, see the USR 5686G-Pro user guide, which can be downloaded from this USR support page. I hope this demonstration of upgrading the Courier Lite modem's firmware was helpful. Thank you for watching, and thank you for choosing USR.